Yo, what is going on YouTube? Today we're going to be going through some smokes and utilities on Inferno that are going to help you take and retake sites. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the first three that are going to help you take some space on T side. The first one, you're going to get wedged into the right hand side of this archway here. Aim at the right hand side of this yellow dress and do a W jump throw. That's going to fly all the way up, bounce down Bannana and land here, which will take off any information from the CTs nice and early. Take any control off top mid here. This is a rare one you throw because usually you like to get here early and get some information yourself if anyone's crossed over the boiler. But you can wedge yourself into the right hand side here, aim at the tip of this window bracket and do a jump throw. That's going to fly all the way up and land at the top mid here, covering arches and short, nice and easy. Just from the right hand side of the doorway as well, if you get yourself wedged into this barrel, aim on the right hand side of this balcony and the tip of this aerial, just anywhere on the right hand side and into the middle here, and do a W jump throw. This is going to fly all the way up, bounce off this roof and bounce down onto this corner, blocking off any of the vision that the CT have of elbow. Once we make our way up Bannana, the first places we want to smoke off are CT and Coffin, and you can do both of those smokes when lining up into the middle of this gas sign just here, and at the tip of this roof just below this lighter patch just here, you come out and just do a left click throw. This is going to fly out, bounce off the edge here and do your CT boost smoke nice and well. And from the exact same spot, if you aim at the bottom of this bracket and this tip of the guttering bracket as well, so you want to go to just underneath this, line yourself up and do a jump through. This is going to fly up and land in the edge here and do your coffin smoke, but it does leave a small gap on the left. So if you do notice someone is peeking out there and they've beaten you in a couple of duels, you can make your way into this little corner just here, aim at the elbow of this little L and do a jump throw. That'll fly up, bounce off the wall, bounce down onto this sandbag just here and do the same thing but cover off that gap as well. So what that's going to look like is you're going to get yourself wedged into the sign here, aim up at the tip of the roof just below where we said, do a left click throw, aim at the bottom of this one and do a jump throw. That's going to get wedged into the corner. You're going to come around the edge here. Coffin's going to be all smoked off. You're going to be able to take sight and not have to worry about CT at all. One bit of utility you can do to help that person that is peeking out there is you can get yourself wedged into this barrel just here, aim up the rust spot in the guttering just here and do a left click throw. That flashbang itself is one of the most powerful and quickest ones you can learn that will essentially hit every single person that is holding coffin, or even over here at the back of sight. If they're here on the CT and you don't have a smoke and just a flash, that's going to help your team take that space a lot easier. Making our way over to A now, there's two spots that you can do your sets from. I like to do it from underneath this window, but there is also over here in the corner. So we'll do here in the corner into the sign just here first. The first set you can do is you can aim to the left hand side of this big band. There is a smaller band on the way here and do a jump throw. That's going to fly all the way up and land in your arches and cut off any rotations coming in from the CT there. If you want to aim just up from the S and look at the wooden bracket just here on the edge and do a jump throw, that's going to fly all the way over, land in your library door and smoke that off. From the exact same spot, we're going to aim for the tip, the left hand tip of the V and do a jump throw. That one's going to land over and be your motor smoke. And finally, from the exact same spot, you can do a crouch and do a left click throw at the bottom of this lamp, and that one's going to fly over and do your truck smoke, allowing you to take a little bit more space on short, check out onto sight and also clear pit. The other one that you can throw is on the left hand side of this window here. You can do your archer smoke if you aim from where this arrow is pointing and then onto the right hand side of this garage door and do a jump throw. That's going to fly up, bounce off the wall and do a big smoke down from the balcony there. You can do a big smoke for short as well if you aim just down from this little black dot underneath and imagine a cross in the brackets just here and do a left and right click throw. That one's going to fly up, bounce off the roof and bounce down onto the corner of the balcony here and do your big smoke. From the exact same spot, you can do your library door by doing the gutter rust stain. You can do your motor smoke by doing a W throw on the aerial. And then you can do your truck smoke from the exact same spot. If you come straight out from the aerial and line up with the rust stain on the guttering just here and do a jump throw, that's going to bounce up and do that pit smoke as well. Alright, now doing some retake utility on both of the sides. This letterbox here on A is going to be your best friend. What you can do is get wedged into the left hand side of it, pull out a smoke, and on this little dot on the second spot of the pallet here, you can do a jump throw. This one's going to fly all the way up and land on the top of apps here, plume on down and cover off the bottom of pit as well underneath. So that is a really good one to know. And not only that, you can do with a flashbang, aim at this little dot on the pallet here and do a left and right click throw. That one's going to fly up and land perfectly for any of the positions pretty much held on site. You can also throw a Molotov using that exact same throw as the smoke before, as they both have the same flight paths. You can jump on the top of the mailbox, and if you pull out your Molotov and aim just at the top of the light here as well and do a left click throw, that one's going to fly over and hit the top of the default box and burn anyone that's hiding on the back or on the other side of it, which is a really good one. So the flash, the molly, and the smoke there are going to really help you take some space. And then you have the basic of basics, which is if you just aim at the planter box here and do a little bit of a run throw, that one's going to bounce out and land on the left hand side of default, just giving you a little bit more room to move up and clear some angles as well. Some utility you can use over on the B side here is if you jump up here on top of the boost spot, line yourself up on top of this pipe just here, aim at the top of this pole and do a left and right click throw. This one is going to bounce down and be up on top and cover off essentially all of this space, including these barrels that usually the T's can hop up and look over the wall, so you can stop all of that with that one smoke. Now while you're up there at the same time, if they have pushed up past that and they're on car, a couple of things that you can do is you can do a flash. If you aim at this bottom leaf in this break in the wall, this one is going to flash out and land right over the top here perfectly. So essentially anyone that's jumped over car is going to get flashed, and anyone literally clearing this space is going to get hit by the same thing. So it allows the CT that's holding either just here or on this corner to really have a chance to swing and have a bit more time as well. And you can do the same thing if you line up with an incendiary and aim at that little leaf down the bottom there, and it's just a left click throw. That's going to land literally in the corner here, burn anyone at the back car and stop or at least damage people as they come through this area. Another smoke that you can throw, you can get wedged into the fountain here, aim at the left hand side of this window and just do a little run throw. This one's going to be a nice deep smoke, which is essentially going to allow you to kind of take this space back from any of the T's, or at least delay them to pushing up. If you hear them start pushing up and you're the only person playing on, this is a nice safe one that you can do nice and easily from cover, and hopefully buy you a little bit of time to allow your teammates to rotate through. And then finally, I just wanted to showcase this Molotov that Ropz uses quite a lot to take some real estate up here in apps, so that way you can actually get into those staircases without getting harassed. So he usually comes up and shoots out this window first, pulls out the Molotov, and if you aim on the right hand white line of this door, it'll bank off and end up into the top of arches, as long as you're aiming down the bottom here. So usually you want to aim at the sunlight of the shadow, because as you start to rise over this little bit, it'll be at the bottom, and you can kind of line it up with this red line before your thing comes up as well. So you just come up to this, do a jump throw. That's going to bank off this wall and burn anyone that's trying to push up here or trying to play in here and hide into that little corner with a shotgun. So that allows the T's to essentially get up to this spot. Now, if you've noticed that someone is playing on boiler, you can do the exact same thing, but all we're going to do now is aim for the middle white section of the door and do the exact same thing, where you're running up and you're going to do a jump throw. And that's going to bank off the door, hit this door frame and burn down onto boiler, so it stops any of these CTs from being able to play up onto that little headshot angle, and allows the T's to rush through and do a waterfall out onto A side. And that's it for this one. If you learned anything in this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because we're going to be doing one of these videos for each of the current prem maps in the pool. So share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.